feel like I should be drinking a green smoothie while I do this. Alright, so today we're trying out some Green Beauty makeup products. Green Beauty in the past couple years I feel like has gotten a lot more popular than it was in the past. There are some Green Beauty brands carried at Sephora now. I know Free People has a pretty decent Green Beauty section on their website with makeup and skincare and all that kind of stuff. I picked up all this stuff from Detox Market. This is not sponsored by Detox Market, but I actually reached out to them and they ended up letting me pick out some stuff from their site to try out in this video. So not sponsored, not getting paid to do this. I recently did a video trying out Whole Foods makeup. I also have a video trying out Etsy makeup, and I got a few comments from you guys saying to check out Detox Market. So what I gathered as I was doing some Googling for this video is that there's not really one definition that I could find of what green beauty is, but basically there are certain qualifications and things that people look for that usually classify something as a green beauty or green makeup product. No parabens, no synthetic fragrances, no formaldehydes. From my understanding, just because it's green doesn't mean it's necessarily vegan, but there are some brands who are green and vegan, cruelty-free, gluten-free, all of that good stuff. Makeup I'm trying to learn more about, just what ingredients to look out for that you don't want in makeup. I know there are certain apps like, I think it's called Think Dirty. This video is almost a full face of green makeup. The only two things I used that weren't are lashes and bronzer. Everything else I picked up on that site. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. If you're excited for it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, you can join the Bayrito family and subscribe. I upload every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 6 p.m. Pacific time. All right, my ovaries feel like they're falling out of my body right now. Who loves that time of the month? I have my box here. I love how they package this. It looks very like minimalist here. So I got a couple different foundations. First of all, I had no idea what I was going to be in the shades. So the first foundation I got is the Vapour Organic Beauty Atmosphere Luminous Foundation. I think this is a stick foundation. I got the lightest shade 090 and then I also got 110. 110 definitely looks dark. Okay, 90 looks good. Let's try 90. I also got another stick foundation. This is the Narcissus Foundation Cream. I'm gonna go with this Vapour Luminous one. Let's see what it says about this. Made with wind power. It says 70% organic ingredients, 30% minerals and essential oils. Hopefully that doesn't break me out. My skin breaks out and gets sensitive to a lot of oils. My desk right now has a layer of makeup literally about this high on it. So I can't find my clips. We're just gonna do a behind the ear here. Hoping this is luminous. Oh, crumbling a little bit. I'm gonna use my Sigma F82 round top. This is one of my favorite brushes to use with stick foundation since it is so dense. It smells like organic makeup. I wanna see what kind of coverage they say this is online. It says the coverage is medium and easily buildable. So off that first layer, it's definitely looking like light coverage, but we'll see if it builds over some of my scarring and stuff. It does glide on really easily. Side's looking like very light coverage. Oh, that looks pretty bad on my forehead. It does say it's buildable, so let's try and build this up. I might try a sponge with this. No, I'm gonna stick with the brush. I think it's safe to say this is light coverage. It's not really covering my redness at all on my nose. On me, it's just kind of like bringing forward all my pores. Maybe a setting spray will help with this one, but I'm gonna first try, I think I got a concealer. Hopefully I can conceal the under eyes and conceal some of the redness going on that the foundation didn't cover at all. This is cute packaging. I like the pink. I hope this, yeah, okay, cool. So this is Perfecting Concealer in the shade Fair 01. This is by Hint Beauty. Feels nice and creamy. I'm gonna try this underneath the eyes. I like the shade. It feels nice and creamy without being thick. Like it feels very lightweight, but it does feel creamy and kind of moisturizing. Huge difference between that side and that side, obviously. Oh yeah, it's totally drying and setting a little bit. It actually covered my darkness pretty well. You can still see some darkness coming through there, but that looks pretty good. I'm gonna use this to kind of go down the center of my face just to brighten everything up and hopefully help out this situation going on. I would say it's a high, medium, low full coverage concealer. I mean, I can still see freckles and stuff coming through. It's not going to give you like Shape Tape kind of coverage. I feel like I just talked about this concealer for like 25 minutes. Okay, so this one I'm really curious about. It says it's a Bio Brightener Invisible Powder by the W3ll people. I hope I'm saying that right, W3ll people. It says Universal Glow. I like glowy powders, so I'm hoping this gives a nice glow to the face. 100% natural. It says this sheer velvety soft powder creates radiance, minimizes pores, and blurs imperfections for a youthful glowing complexion. It has aloe in it, which I like. Okay, let's try this out. I need all of the smoothing and blurring we can get right now. That's the only powder I have, so I'm gonna try this for underneath my eyes too, and then also all over the face. Loose powders can be really hit or miss for me. Okay, so it is one of those powders for me that just totally took away the coverage under there. It looks so much darker than this side. Definitely doesn't look brightening under there, but hopefully this looks better on the rest of my face than it just did underneath my eye. I think you guys can see that, but it definitely just darkened it, and it basically just took away all that coverage of the concealer right there. So let's see how this does down here. Whoa. Oh yeah, okay, so this is one of those powders that just totally takes away the coverage for me. Ooh, uh-oh. Okay, I'm gonna try using my sponge because you really can't go down from here. Just to brighten this up, hopefully. Okay, that kind of brightened it. I'm not seeing really any kind of glow. I actually meant to film the intro for this one without the full face on, but then I just got too excited and we just started doing makeup. So I've got it on my sponge here. Let's try it. It's looking a little bit splotchy. Okay, this one just isn't for my skin. I'm definitely gonna skip my forehead with this one because I prefer a glowier forehead. Thought I had a bronzer, but I guess not. Let's go in for brows. This is the Eco Brow Defining Wax Frida Soft Black. This looks like a little dip brow type of product, a pomade. Ooh, I like the shade of this. It's like a rich brown, but not too ashy. Doesn't feel like quite as thick, if that makes sense, as like the Anastasia dip brow. Just kind of like glides over. Okay, that one I would totally use again. I really like the shade of that. I don't have a bronzer in here to try out, so I'm just gonna use the Cosmetics Bye Bye Pores bronzer. Blend that out for sure. Feeling a little bit more alive here. Now let's go in with blush. Where did I just put that blush? This is the Lolo Tickled Pink Pressed Blush. Oh, I like this packaging. Very sleek. Shade looks really pretty in the pan. Looks like it has a little bit of a glow to it. Oh, what does it smell like? Can't put my finger on it. Cornstarch, maybe? That shade looks pretty, though. Has a slight glow to it, which I like. It doesn't look shimmery, though. It is a pretty light blush you can see there, so it's almost just giving me like a wash of kind of sheer pink with a little bit of a glow. Everything's kind of looking a little bit muddy down here, so I'm going to use the powder since that's what we're working with here and just try and kind of clean that up a little bit. So I'm just going to take the pointed kind of edge of my sponge and just carve out a little bit just to clean up any blush and bronzer that was down there, and then I'll go into my brush. Between the foundation and the powder, things are looking a little bit splotchy. Okay, this, I'm excited to try. Highlighter here. This is the Alima Pure Highlighter in the shade Whisper. I think this is a pressed one. Oh no, I guess it's a loose one. Wow, this is a giant loose highlighter here. This is huge for a highlighter. Wow, that would take you 10 years to go through. So it looks like a light pink kind of shade, which I usually like. Okay, I like a very subtle skin-like glow, and that is what this is giving. You can kind of see it sitting there, but I think that's because of the products that are underneath. Ooh, that's pretty. Kind of almost like melts into your skin a bit. Okay, feeling this one. I almost feel like you might be able to use this like I used the JCat Pearl Luminizer and just mix in a dab of this with like a face powder because of the way it just kind of melts in. If you want to make a face powder a little bit more glowy. Heck yeah. Okay. Wow, I feel like I haven't said heck yeah in a while. I'm just adding more. I'm into this. I'm going to spritz my whole face right now. This is the Rose Water and Glycerin spray. I hate the sprayer on this thing, but it gives you a nice glow. I really need to just pour this into another bottle that has a better spritzer because this one is pretty crappy. I sell that one at Whole Foods too, but I just get it off of Amazon. I have an eyeshadow palette to try out here. This is by the same brand as the blush, Lolo. I like the packaging. Really like the white and black. It looks like there's a pretty kind of army green shade in here right here. Man, my doll today does not want to work. All right, Lolo, let's do this. I can't really tell if this is matte. It kind of looks matte. Looks like there might be one matte shade in here right here, so there's not really a transition shade or anything. So I'm just gonna use my same bronzer that I used so that we have something to put into my crease. These two look really similar. Those two almost look like identical. I'm really drawn to these two right here. Or I could do the green and the gold. I'm gonna start out with that deep shade, the brown. and hope this is matte. Okay, so I don't actually think that's matte, and it looks quite a bit lighter on the eye than it does in the pan. Yeah, this has a slight shimmer to it. I would say this is kind of like satin. Not blending the best. This one you definitely have to kind of build up, and when you blend, a bit of the pigment gets lost, so you kind of just have to keep building and blending. So I really can't decide if I want to do this gold. I've done a lot of kind of cool tone looks lately, so I think I am actually going to take the gold. Let's do it. So I'm just going to press this on with my finger to start. These definitely aren't like the most pigmented eyeshadows, but they are soft, and you have to layer them up quite a bit. I'm going to try and wet this. Might be an eyeshadow that just needs to be wet a little bit. Not doing a whole lot for me. I'm going to go back in with that brown since it is so sheer, just to blend this out. For the inner corner, I'm actually going to go back with that face highlight and wet this to try and get an inner corner highlight, since it looks like there's not something quite light enough in that palette. My mic better be on right now. Ever since my mic died in the filming of, I think that was actually the Whole Foods video, Whole Foods makeup, I check my mic literally every 2 minutes to make sure it's on. So if you wet that, that's really pretty as an inner corner highlight. So for the lower lash line, I'm going to go back with that same brown shade. So I have a mascara. Is this an eyeliner or mascara? Oh, I have a liquid eyeliner. Okay, this is in the shade 007. I think it's just black, I hope. Looks like my kind of brush. It feels like a firmer brush right there. Feels a little bit rough going on. Okay, so it's not super opaque. It is one that you have to work with. The brush feels pretty rough. I like a firmer brush so it's easier to kind of get that wing and get the line you want, but it does feel a little bit scratchy almost. And it isn't the blackest black. I did have to work with that quite a bit to get kind of an opaque line, and it still isn't super opaque in parts. It's like one of those that the line just keeps getting bigger because it's really difficult to get a smooth edge. This wing I think is a little bit bigger, but honestly, if I try and go back in with this, I'm gonna have eyeliner up to my eyebrow. I'm gonna pop on some false lashes and I'll be right back. All right, so my lashes are on. I just used pure jet setter lashes. These ones are cruelty free too. Now we're moving on to lips. Where did I just put it? Seriously? I've already lost this thing like 10 times. I'm so confused. I just put it in front of me. Where did you just go? Oh, so for lips, I'm trying out the RMS Beauty Wild with Desire lipstick. This is in the shade Breathless. RMS Beauty, I believe, is carried, yeah, they're carried on Sephora now, I'm pretty sure. I'm gonna try it without a lip liner. Oh, wow. It's like a peach. Feels nice and moisturizing and kind of creamy on the lips. I'm gonna roll this up and try and use the tip of this to kind of line. I literally can't even see. You can do this with like a regular shaped lipstick too. You just roll it up and use the tip and you can kind of line your lips that way. Doesn't smell necessarily good, but it doesn't smell like bad or anything, and I don't really smell it on my lips. So those were all of the green beauty things that I picked up. Obviously we had some rejects, but I have a couple things here that I would totally use again. I think my top thing from all this was the highlight, the Alima Pure highlight. I'm excited to use this again. Like, I want to reach for this again right now. If it looks this good on top of this shitty base, then it's probably going to look even better on top of my normal face products. Oh, also forgot to say, as I was putting on the false lashes, I think I brushed back my bangs or something, and the eyebrow product actually slid like up here. So I definitely wouldn't say this eyebrow product is transfer proof or anything. If you're like touching your face or sweating or anything, I'm assuming it would just rub right off. This is one of those eyebrow products that I could use that product that I tried in the Hot Look makeup video where it was like the eyebrow sealer. You just brush it on over any kind of eyebrow product and it just like locks it in there and almost makes it like waterproof. So that could be something that I could use on top of this, or just a brow gel, like a clear brow gel or something that's just going to lock in the product more, because it will kind of slide around and come off. Blush is another thing that I would totally reach for again. Again, this is more of a subtle blush, so don't get this thinking it's like a super pigmented blush or anything. I would almost call this more of like a glowy blush topper. The concealer I didn't mind. I would try this out again with my normal powders and that would probably go hopefully a lot better. If there are any other green beauty products I should try out, let me know what your favorites are down below. Definitely open to doing another video. I do still use the blush that I tried out in the Whole Foods video, and usually in these type of videos I do find like 1 or 2 products that I still use, so maybe I should do a video on that. I'll have everything I tried linked down below in the description box. I'll also link the Whole Foods video and the Etsy video, because both of those are also more green natural kind of makeup, so I'll link those videos down below too. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. I love you guys. Thanks for watching. See you in my next video. Bye.